Welcome to the Drooniverse!
And welcome one and welcome all to the officially unofficial Elite Dangerous live stream brought to you by the powers of the internet, the amazingness of the Microsoft operating systems, and me, yes. At least amongst many things, but I'm here nonetheless. It's Wednesday. It's time to play some Elite Dangerous. Stuff has happened. Stuff has been happening. We like it when stuff happens. This is good. This is good. It gives us something to talk about, something to chew through and explore and comment about and poke fun at and various other bits and pieces and things. So it's good. Stuff is happening. We like it when stuff is happening. But before we get to all that, we must do the thing, because the thing is the thing, and the thing must be done for reasons which I have I've completely forgotten due to my age, the advancing years. And so on and so forth. Right, so who do we have in the chat? Well, it looks like people are now getting so early into the chat that the chat is getting overloaded and forgetting who they were. So the first person I can see is Top Shot, but I understand from the mechanism that he wasn't here. Cyber Derby was first here, but there's no evidence of Cyber Derby, I'm afraid. So Top Shot wins by default, because that's the rules. I don't make the rules, but I have to enforce them. So there we go. So anyway, so Top Shot is interesting enough in first, second, and third place on my screen, and fourth place, in fact. So well done. Pretty much a clean sweep. Followed by D Pitman 42. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Top Shot is wondering what is planned for the day. Maybe you haven't been watching any of my streams, my friend. Plan? What is this word? Ah, dear. Right, there's a long conversation between Deep Pitman and Top Shot, which is not helping the speed of my doing the thing, because it takes ages before I can find anybody else. But anyway, eventually we scroll down to Eridan Dundragon, who is Dundragoning for the day and is with us this evening. Good to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Come on, the silent Double D finally interrupts the long conversation between D Pitman 42 and Top Shot by a useful injection of orange. Now, I don't know if that's the colour that you see, but that's the colour that I see. So there we go. That's quite good. The Harkonnens are here, ready as ever to invade Arrakis. Good for them. The Kazakh is here as well. Rundown Titan has run down the Titans and is here this evening as well. Good to see you. The Iraqis are here fighting off the invasions of the Harkonnens as ever, which is good to see. Sleepy D Wagon Man is here, has woken up and has joined us on our Elite Dangerous stream. Thank you very much for that too. SOW_golf is here. Thank you very much for that. Commander Terrakov has Terrakoffing people and is here as well this evening. So that's good to see. Triplex Personalities is here, at least one of them anyway. Not sure which one we got, but hopefully one of the agreeable ones. We'll see how it goes. Enigma-ish remains Enigma-ish. Still tending one way or the other on the whole Enigma thing, but he's trying to figure out which version of Enigma he's going for. Commander Yehudit is here as well. Good to see you. Commander Tragic Blue 21, and interesting enough, shows up as blue on my screen. So that's kind of that feels right. Feels like everything's working well. That's quite good. Commander Rob Sabotage has been sabotaging things, but is also here with us this evening. Commander Bird is here. Good to see you as well. We've lost Wintermute GB. Now this is a concerning thing. This is very much a concerning thing, because Wintermute GB is probably the stalwart of the stream. I think I can remember him being here pretty much from day one, and he's always been here. So what's happened? Have we lost him? Did Acorn Archimedes Elite finally finish him off? And he goes, that's it. I'm throwing in the towel. I've had enough. I'm going to go off and rethink my life. I don't know. We'll find out. That and more amazing stories to come. Andy Pipkin is here. Good to see you as well. Matty ___ is here, giving a cheery howdy to all fellow ZX Spectrum fans. The best 8-bit computer that ever there was. I'm sure we all agree. Crispy77 is here as well. And then Wintermute GB joins the chat. Welcome back, my friend. Of course you are. So we our faith was sorely tested, but we're very glad that you're here with us this evening. Apparently, he was off playing No Man's Sky, which is another space game. Apparently, some of you may have heard of. Andy P783 is here. That rhymes, of course. We always must point that out. That's very important to know. The Dominant Hornet is here, dominating the Hornets, which is a good thing actually, because Hornets are a pain. And wasps are a pain, generally do. Commander Dave Timman has subscribed. Thank you very much for that. Do appreciate that. Always good stuff. How are we doing here? We're getting down near the bottom now. Gnorda Varg is here. Gronda. Good to see you. Excellent. Frank Miner 2949 is here as well. Have a Boo Boo has his customary full thumbs up, which is great to see. Commander Archangel is here as well, which is a Acorn Archimedes reference, I believe, or at least one of their versions of Elite. So yeah, I'm still getting PTSD from Acorn Archimedes Elite. Dear. So anyway, it's good to see you. Who else do we have? Ethnication is here as well. Good to see you. Commander Yehudit is here. Solstice Project, you're very late. You missed all the to-dos of the music. Where have you been? Oh, goodness sakes. Did I start at the bottom? No, I didn't. I've missed somebody. Lunar Sky. Sorry, there. I knew I missed somebody. I thought I'll score that down. Lunar _Sky_. Good to see you. Is that? Are you from Skye, as in the Isle of Skye? Because that's a very cool place. So that's cool. I think I've done it. Gnordavarg, Gronda, yes, excellent. Right, I'm so sorry. I will make up for it next time. we do miss the to-dos. It's quite good. I look forward to it. I don't know if anybody else does, but it's between you and me, my friend. Yeah, we like it, so it stays. Okay, it's not what everybody else thinks. Right. We got quite a lot to talk about, haven't we? I mean, actually, stuff has been happening. An awful lot of stuff has been happening. We have a new facility in the game called Vanguard, which I must admit I haven't really watched anything much about it. There's been a trail of mysteries, which is much more interesting to people like me. There's ships and there's stuff, and there's my ongoing quest to try and make my exploration ship half decent. I've just noticed my hat isn't even straight. Wintermute GB says Van Bigards, don't bother. Next. I do feel, my friend Wintermute, that if we're going to take the mickey out of Frontier's grammar and spelling, we should really make an effort on our sides, don't you think? So, God, I'm just trying to clean the mark off my screen. There's a galaxy in the gal. You know the dust on your screen is a bit dodgy. When you move the mouse and it shifts to one side. So I suppose I should get on with the waffle, because it's tradition, right? We need to do some waffle. But right, let's do it. But I'm going to press the button. Where's the button? Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Right, brace yourselves, my friend, because it's just advisable. Nope, wrong button. That button. There we go. I've got to have the right waffle button, otherwise the entire universe may come apart. So I mean, I haven't really got a topic for waffle. And not that I normally have a topic for waffle anyway, because that's what waffling is, isn't it? I mean, is that a fair definition of what a waffle is? I mean, obviously a waffle. There's multiple definitions of waffles, because there's obviously the sort of floury thing that you cook. That is a waffle, and I don't think anybody would argue that that's a waffle. I mean, waffles are jolly nice. I particularly like them with maple syrup. Being Canadian, but we can get away with honey and jam and things like that. Maybe a bit of chocolate. How come? What I want to know is how come waffling, as in chatting onwards with no particular direction in mind, as apparently I'm alleged to do occasionally. Why is that associated with sort of bready products? I mean, you don't bread on about things, do you? You don't croissant on about items of news, but you can waffle on about things. Why is that? I think that needs answering. Yeah, and you can make waffles out of potato, can't you? Is that why? And why do we have the same word? Because I mean, if you make things out of different things, it should actually be different things, right? So now, I mean, maybe this is peak me, because I'm now waffling about waffles. I'm not waffling about any particular type of waffle. I'm segregating my waffles. So I'm waffling about non-specific waffles, which I think is waffleification. Is that what it is? Ah, dear, oh dear. Maybe, yeah. No, Andy P7. I have a problem with this because I don't like mixing sweet and savoury. Now, this an American thing, putting bacon and maple syrup on waffles? Because that just seems wrong, right? Maybe I should just eat a waffle one day. Absolutely cover all the bases. Um, so yeah, it's what's with bacon and maple syrup? I mean, I encountered this when I went to America 8 years ago, which seems like a long time. And I was like, really? You eat bacon and maple? I mean, bacon I like, right? I like bacon a lot. And maple syrup I like a lot, and waffles I like a lot. It's not three things I would put in the same bucket. That feels to me the same as like, yeah, ice cream I like that a lot. Uh, bacon I like that a lot. Yeah. Uh, and roasted potatoes. I like those a lot. Let's stick all those together. Oh, it's a thing. It's like, tell me you're from the US without. So is it an American thing? Is that like an American delicacy? Putting bacon with maple syrup on top of a waffle. Because I mean, I'd have the bacon on my plate, and then when I'd finished the bacon, I'd move over to maybe the waffle and the maple syrup. There's no way I'd have both at the same time. It just feels wrong. Yeah, biscuits, biscuits and gravy. You can put bacon on it. You can, Simmy Chew, but have you stopped to think about whether or not you should? uh, Andy P has tried it, and surprisingly, it tasted good. Okay, well that's interesting. See, I see. I mean, I'm kind of leaning in the no, that's wrong direction. I mean, maybe I'm an old fuddy duddy. Well, I mean, I am an old fuddy duddy. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't feel very British. Maybe that's what it is. Um, I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Top Trot was asking about my weather station. It's up and running. Did I not send you guys the link? Let me send you the link to my weather station. You can access the weather at my locale. If I where's my bookmark? There it is. Although, hang on a minute. Maybe I haven't got the bookmark on. Maybe I haven't got the bookmark on this PC. Maybe it's on my other PC. Is it space weather? No, it's not space weather. It's ground weather. Let me. For some bizarre reason, Weather Cloud thinks I'm in Aberdeen, which I'm not. That's probably because that's where my internet is coming from. Oh, now it thinks I'm in Algeria. That's exciting. I'm not there either. There it is. Right now, so there's my dashboard. No, just show me the. Oh, it's so annoying. Can't I just give me the link? It's stupid computer. Oh, for goodness sakes. Oh, I hate the way social media works. It's so irritating. Hang on a minute. I'll be I'll be there in a minute. Oh, now it's not working anyway. Oh, really? I hate computers. Have I ever mentioned I hate computers? I hate computers. They don't do what I want. I'm going to scroll back because I know I put it up on Facebook. Hang on, bear with me. Here we go. There it is. I thought they would make that easy. Right, now I can copy that. Here, I love these, is my weather station. So this is weather from approximately where I live. Now, a few people pointed out, which I was already aware of, that oddly enough, um, when you sign up to these things, you can link your weather station to the internet, which is all very exciting. And you can basically then tell people, look, here's where I live, and this is what the weather's like at my location. And it's like, okay, but people are going to find out where you live, right? So whilst this is my weather station, the location of my weather station is approximate. Okay, so if you go to this weather station, don't be surprised if you end up in the middle of nowhere going, where the hell is Drew? Because he's not here. So I've offset the actual geological location slightly from where I am. So no, I don't live in a weather station, and as you'll see from the link, I don't live in the middle of a wood either. It's approximate. So, but you get. I mean, I'm sure your sleuthing would be more than up to finding me if you wanted to. But why would you bother making the trip all the way up here just to see me when you can tune in easily on Twitch and see me anyway? So. And if you turned up in person and said, "Are you Drew Wager?" I would probably say yes and say, "Come on in, let's have a chat and a cup of tea and let's talk elite." So it would be fine. I'm not all that bothered. And if you made the trip all the way up here for that reason, you probably deserve a cup of tea, to be fair. Anyway, if you are so good, you can avail yourself of all sorts of fascinating facts about the weather near me, whether it's sunny, whether it's cloudy, whether it's foggy, whether it's raining, and how strong the wind is and what direction it's coming from. All fascinating stuff, which I must admit I rather like stuff like that, but you may not. So there we go. That sounded like an invite. We should all agree on the date for Drew. I haven't considered the DrewCon in the past, but the problem is, what would one do at a DrewCon other than sit around and crack jokes? Rosa thinking that no, alas, I don't live in the weather station. We could eat waffles, actually. Just supply. It does show if you have power and working into that. I suppose that's a fair point. Yeah. So if you can get recent stats from it, it doesn't mean my internet is up. WaffleCon, that could be the thing. Anyway, well, that's enough of that. So yeah, weather stations and things like that. Okay. I did have a guy around today to talk about solar panels as well. So I'm trying to get myself almost, not entirely, but almost off grid. I've been battling our water system today as well, actually, because it hasn't rained much up here. Our spring is becoming occasionally intermittent, so I'm having to take corrective action to make sure that there's still water in the house, which is interesting action. So we are, believe it or not, in the depths of Scotland, actually hoping it's going to rain a bit more. Which is something I'm sure hardly any Scottish people have ever said throughout the entire course of history. But actually, this year we are a bit short of rain, which is a bit weird. So we're hoping for a good downpour so the aquifers get filled up. So yes, drink, talk games, put the world to rights in general. But I suppose that would be quite good. We can have fun. So yeah, hopefully there'll be an update on solar panels and things like that. I'll be waffling on at great length about power independence and all sorts of other things and bits and pieces like that. But that's in the future, my friends. That's in the future. So we now need to get on because stuff has been happening, and I think it's only fair to start with a bit of Galnet because Galnet has told us about the stuff. I do find these trails interesting. I do find the way they organise them. I'm using the word organise. Its widest possible interpretation here, but I do find the way they organise it quite fascinating. But anyway, let's go and have a look, see what abounds in general, and we'll start with Galnet because that's the order we do things. Here we go. Right, brace myself. Brace yourself. No, brace myself. Oh, brace all of us. Everybody brace. Here we go. So here we are with Galnet. Let me just press the interact button here because that's what I need to do to make this work. Solstice Project is making up for lost time with some dues, which is excellent. We like that. This is the main article here, obviously. So the mystery of the missing exobiology protein. So I haven't actually looked at this in game. And I do want to have a look at it in game because there's a couple of little interesting tweaks in it, which lots of other people have already pointed out and asked me my opinion on. And for obvious reasons, I think, as we find it. But what I find fascinating is this mystery, or this little sort of paper trail, which is paper chase type thing, is what it really kind of is. I mean, it's nice. I wish they would do more of this sort of stuff because this is kind of what Elite is supposed to be all about, really, in many ways. And so yeah, thanks for the Canon link, because of course Canon have been all over this. That's what they do, right? Yeah, if you need to find out anything, just wait a couple of minutes and Canon will have figured it out for you. So you don't need to worry about that. And galnet has been a bit slim pickings for a while, so it's quite nice to see. But anyway, so this is sort of after the event, which is very strange. Why does Frontier do this? Because the first mention of a trail surely should be in game. I think it's very odd the way that Frontier drops these things on Twitter and Facebook, out of game, and to a relatively, I mean, I don't know how big a part of the Elite Dangerous community is represented on Twitter and Facebook following Elite Dangerous stuff. I mean, I know there's Elite Dangerous groups and various other bits and pieces particularly on Facebook, but why is Frontier using social media to advertise an in-game thing? Just put it in game, for God's sakes. Why does it need to be on Twitter? And why I mean, I don't mind a follow-up on Twitter, or maybe a nudge, log into your game commanders or something like that, but to actually post the start of the mystery on social media, it doesn't feel right to me. I think it should pop up in game. And also don't exactly that, Commander Yehudi. Don't make it so darn obvious. Oh, here's a mystery, guys. It's got to stop. Take some of the magic out of the whole thing. Make it happen in game. Make it a mysterious comms and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's what they did. So this is the Galnet article that references what's been going on. So we kind of don't really want to take too hard a look at that just yet. So I'm going to move across to that's something else we need to look at. So this is what they put on. This is what they put on Twitter. And it basically says a secret to be uncovered, a trail to be followed, which is, I mean, spoilers, guys. It's a mystery, and you've kind of told us it's a mystery already. I've made it for all those darn developers. And I know there is now a message in the game. But was there originally a message in the game? I don't know quite how it unfolded. A few other things that Frontier also got wrong, which they always do get wrong. I mean, it's tradition now. I think they do it just because it's fun. The servers fell over, or they at least got very, very stressed for a while as part of this. So was there a vast influx of players trying to follow the mystery, or was it just it just crashed anyway? So I'd prefer them to do it in game entirely, and but maybe reference that you might want to check your game commanders. That's okay. And it's the players that jump the gun by so SOW. So this is interesting. Okay, it's the players that jump the gun by locating the beacon from the position of the stars in the background, which they've done on numerous occasions over the last decade, right? There are people who specialise in this in the player community, and Frontier know that, right? There are players who like nothing more. I take my hat off to them, well, at least I tip my hat to them. There you go, because they will analyse video like that and triangulate the star positions, and they'll be there in hours, right? They'll have figured out. Frontier know that there are players like that, so there's absolutely no point going off half-cocked with a mystery like this and going, they won't find it in time. We've got plenty of time to put the assets in the game before they find the location. Okay, so that's just naive, and they know that. So that's a bit silly. I don't know. I mean, was it just Twitter or Facebook, or did they put it on any other social? Because I mean, social media keeps evolving. I mean, Twitter's yeah. Well, Twitter isn't Twitter anymore, of course, is it? It's X now, and it's sort of it's. Let's just say X is a bit right wing, isn't it? Let's just leave it there. Whereas Blue Sky is a bit different. It's a bit more like Twitter used to be. Um, so yeah, it's again, it's good ideas. I like that they do it, but it just felt a little bit kind of mixed up, like they hadn't planned it properly, which I suppose is evident. But there we go. So and so again, they let Canon bang their heads on unbreakable code for a couple of days before announcing it in the game. Yeah, they fixed it, didn't they? So now I think when we try it in a moment, we'll get the fixed version. So maybe it'll be slightly easier. But anyway, here is, and I apologise for the size here. Can I make that bigger? Yeah, I don't want it to take over the entire screen. Because then I can't see anything. So anyway, what you get, basically what they posted was this. You know, nice music, listening post in the depths of space somewhere, and that's it. Okay, so that's the clue. And now, yeah, there are players out there. There are players out there who figured out where it was as a result of this. So yeah, so. And the servers went down as well. You think, well, I'm curious. Was it a spike of numbers, or did somebody just break? But anyway, yeah, they should know that by now. Let's at this point, let's go into the game and see what we actually get, because I haven't done any of this at all. So I'm hoping that it will actually. Yeah, we can play a little bit of it and then talk along the way. We won't do the whole thing. We won't have time because my incompetence. But you know, there's a bit in it I do want to get to, because there's something else to discuss, if that makes sense. So let's get on with it. Stop waffling, a lot of you, and behave. Here we go. Right, so it was a spike in numbers. Okay, well, that's quite interesting. I have no idea where I am, as per usual. Oh, I'm standing in a... Ooh, okay, I'm standing visually somewhere. Right, okay. So let's go and get my ship. Yeah, I mean, I'm always impressed by how quickly people locate things with hardly any information, because it's certainly not a skill I would have. I mean, I had grandiose ideas back when Elite first was coming out. That, you know, I'd be one of those players who'd be diving into the mystery and at the forefront and the vanguard of all these kind of explorations of clues and stuff, and quickly realised I simply wasn't smart enough. I love the idea of being the smart guy who leads the expedition and drops clues in for everybody else to find, but nope. You may need to use some of the cannon sports. I do have cannon on speed dial. Oh, yes. So let's see what I've got. So have I got any? I've got a pending friend request. That's always nice. I've got an invite from Commander Cyberdyne to join his team. That's always nice too. Thank you for that, Commander Cyberdyne. And then I've got a lot of information. So I've got invitations from. I've got some payments, which is always nice. Brewer Corporation, Pangalactic. Oh, that's reputation change. Hot and Orbital Truggers. Okay, well they're in my bad books at the moment for finding me and getting me aggro a few weeks ago in game. So I've got an invitation from Chloe Sadiz. She an engineer. These are the young colonies in the Witch Head Nebula need some good pilots. I've heard you fit the bill. I need some help with my research. Funny coincidence, right? I can offer improvements. Yes, that's an engineer. Invitation from Professor Palin. Not him again. Marco Quent passed your details over with a recommendation. You might be someone who can help with my research. In return, I can help you improve your ship's mobility. Excellent. Well, there we go. So I've unlocked a couple of engineers. unexpected. But here's the main thing. Okay, Professor Frank Radix. So this is the right way. This is the right way to start a mystery. Just send the comms inside the game. So what does he have to say? Right, Commander, an old friend in the Pilots Federation has allowed me to use this channel to ask you for help. Okay. Terry Tora, which is an unusual name to start with. It kind of sounds like territory, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm always suspicious of people who have first names and last names that are similar. There's something wrong with their parents, basically. So anyway. Territora, a maverick in the exobiology field, has gone radio silent. I'm her assistant and sponsor. We've worked closely for years, specialising in rare alien flora and fauna. Her last comms message was 3 weeks ago, and since then I haven't heard anything. It's not like Terry. We usually talk every other day. Our last conversation was quite animated. Terry says, this is a lot of information to be getting from a complete stranger, isn't it? So it's interesting. Yes, we've been referred to by an old friend in the Pilots Federation. So that's interesting. I wonder who the old friend is. Our last conversation was quite animated. Terry said she was on the verge of uncovering something big, a discovery that would excite the wider scientific community, which seems to be sort of exo-related, given the flavour of this, doesn't it? I can't share much more yet. We'll explain further soon, but Terry has good instincts. And if she says her hunt was for something important, then I believe her. I've traced her last position to somewhere in the vicinity of blah, 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 blah. Has to be within a 10 light year radius. So head out there and see if you can find anything. Look for comms beacons, relays, anything that could store information. I've added her transponder ID to this message so that your ship's computer will filter out and automatically decode any secure comms sent from Terry. I appreciate any help you can give me, Commander Frank Radix. So, terrific Terry. Unless you haven't got an internet invite from Edgy and Dawn. Okay, so I suppose we need to head out to coal sector. Is there any way of locking that into my? No, there isn't. Is it? I'm gonna have to remember. Am I gonna have to remember that? It's like the olden days, writing things down in text. Coal sector. Coal 285 sector. TQ-A B 15-4. Right. I'm going to stick that at the bottom of my screen so I can still see it. And we'll go in that direction. So if you're joining me this evening, it's the usual thing, the Wagar private group. And we will see how far along this little mystery you can go. I fear I might need soon to buy a new joystick. The fire button in my joystick is not working very well. B 15-4. Which is there. Okay, so in my nice little exploration ship, it is not very far away. 3 jumps. Jolly good. My recently engineered exploration ship, thank you to allegedly her middle name is Tati, Terry Tatadora. I like that. So it's interesting that, of course, everybody in the game gets this. This is obviously the problem with a multiplayer game and mysteries like this is that you can't differentiate between players, and obviously neither should you, because otherwise then only selected players would get the mystery. But effectively everybody in the entire universe, or at least everybody in the entire universe of actual real players playing this game, has got that message. Which you kind of can't think about too much because it doesn't really make any sense, does it? Anyway, yeah, the Drew Wager private group. We're going to have a look at this mystery, this breadcrumb trail of things that's been happening. It is a reference to territory. Is it a track by the Brazilian metal band Sepultura? Oh, is it? Okay, so it's a little meta reference. Oh, I like that. Okay. Is somebody in if they're a fan of that or something, or? Mm. See, I'm not plugged into all this modern stuff like you are with WGB. I bow to your sage counsel and such things. Which mode am I supposed to be in? That. Come on, give me a map. Oh, come on, Drew, press the right button. There we go. Can we fact check? Fact check. Can we fact check? Am I going to have to invite Grok along to become part of my community? So we go. At Grok, is Wintermute pulling our legs again? Oh, actually, I never even heard of them. I just assumed they were new. Okay, so in that case, I have no idea what you're talking about. Right, so it said we had to be within a certain, 10 light year radius of this planet, that the system that we're going to. So, and presumably we're looking for said thing. But it is amazing, really, to me, that players can find things like that without actually having the clue. Her secret, third name is Oriel. Good old territorial. Right, so this is it, isn't it? We're here, but this isn't where things are happening. I think it said something like a 10 light year range, so... So the idea is you go here, and then presumably there won't be that many systems within a 10 light year range of this system, which you then need to search about, have a look, see things. So, right. So, let's have a look at... We can do it from here, actually, can't we? So, we have this system, this system, this system, this system. So, there's basically 5 systems within jump range under 10 years, under 10 light years. Only 5 systems. So, I'm going to randomly select this one here. Is that a good choice? Cannot comply. Oh, yep. Totally random. It happens to be the closest one, so that seems to be a reasonable place to choose, isn't it? Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Educationally random. But yeah, but the Canon guy, was it actually a Canon person, or was it somebody else who reverse engineered the position of this thing from the stars? Because I mean, that's an insane amount of dedication, if you ask me. There you go. Here we are in the system now. I assume it won't show up immediately, and we'll have to use our scannery things to do that. So let's in fact do that. Oh, that's not the right. I want the FSS, didn't I? There we go. I'll have another thing. Right, there we go. Right, so we're looking for not planets, we're looking for concentrated signal sources. We're looking for transient signal sources and stuff. So I presume we want to do these ones first. Where's the orbital plane? There it is. very good at this bit of the game. I mean, presumably I could actually just go to the nav beacon. Yeah, I was just thinking that might be quicker. Let's do that. And if you want the rewards, head here. So that's, yeah, we'll head that way. Look how far out I got with the super cruising. So I might already have it in my nav panel. What am I looking for? Am I looking for a comms beacon? Oh, there, communication beacon. Is that the one? Oh, let's go there then. Already got it. Might as well do there. There it is. Bum bum bum. So I mean, actually, yeah, played, you know, with the clues in the right order. These things are quite entertaining little stories, aren't they? I mean, it's very similar to what Distant Worlds 3 has planned with the Meta Elite storytelling mechanism. Obviously, just officially in game. Wintermute says it looks though something is happening in game now. Okay, where and what and when? Now, says Top Shot. Surely not. Oh, the Burr Pit are out in force. Ooh. Have they been given the heads up there because they're on the partner program? Does that mean that they've been given the heads up that something is awry, something is afoot? Because they did say this wasn't. This is only the beginning of something. Oh, and the permit lock, which is I think at the end of the breadcrumb trail, is, you know, we can't get into it normally. You do need to complete the rest of the mystery first. Okay, so well, here's the communication. Sounds like I've got a pirate as well. So how do I scan this guy? Is it the data link scanner? Range. Oh, it's just like a nav beacon. Where's the actual? Wait. Something is attacking me. Or is it a player? Who's this guy? Really? Well, this is only like a lightweight exploration ship. I mean, I do have some guns, but... Okay. I'm only an exploration ship. The NPCs always choose the right moment, don't they? Okay, I've got some. Almost useless fighting. It is dangerous. Yeah, I might have to do something about the compatibility of this. They're almost entirely pointless. I can fire my guns about once every 2 or 3 minutes. Even with full power to weapons, it's not a very effective ship. It's the Archimedes. It is. That's right. Elite's got it in for me at the moment, I think, is the answer to that. So if you guys wouldn't mind dealing with this guy for me. The police will handle it when they turn up. ramming speed. Not in this shit. So it's just the game getting in the way of us having fun again. It's an elite thing. Oh, Cyberdom is unarmed. I'm glad I bought some guns. I don't know who's fighting on my. Oh, hang on, somebody else is attacking me now. We've got two baddies here. We said this was going to be dangerous. Oh, now it's attacking me. This isn't good. I'm going to have to run away, I think. Shields. Yeah, my ship is not designed for this thing at all. We could really do with some really well-armed assistance here. Oh, the police have arrived. Excellent. Right, okay, he's running. Excellent. Right, so let's go back to the comms meeting there. Well, that went well. How we didn't die, though, unlike certain games I can mention. Name me no names. Acorn. Right, so do I actually have to do anything? Or like I say, just check my messages. I'll check my message again. I think I found something. Okay, there we go. Right. Here we go. Right. Decoding message. Torah codec protocol. Okay, so we've been given the special decodery thing. By the way, I've completely missed the chat. What's, is anything... Okay, so stuff is happening in the game, but we need to complete the mystery first. So, there we go. Decoding message, Torah codec protocols. We're using the encryption thingy, whatever panwavium that we've been provided with. Prof, I'm leaving these messages encrypted from here. I can't let what I'm about to attempt get found out. Don't frown. Okay, and this is the interesting bit. I've dragged... Come on, buddies. I've dragged two of your newest students, Alex and Elyssia, with me to help track this down. This is too important to exoscience. Okay, so there's a reference to exoscience again. I'm following the trails of the next system, encoding their location. A mirror would come in handy. I wonder what a mirror could be. From Terry, and then there's some, for bizarre reasons, there's some binary. Now, interesting here, of course, is and lots of other people have spotted this. It wouldn't only be me, but Alex and Elyssia. Okay, Alex and Elyssia are, in this context here, are two students. So for that to mean anything, that's just by the by. However, it's too much of a coincidence. And in fact, it isn't a coincidence at all, that Alex and Elyssia are two named characters from the original Dark Wheel novella, which I would put up on the screen, but you can find it at your own time. So Alex Ryder and Elyssia, whose surname escapes me, Fields, perhaps? Elyssia Fields? Because, of course, it's a play on Elysian Fields. And she was a clone from Tiorge, and Alex, I think, was from Lave, I think it was. They're two characters in the original Dark Wheel novella. Now, so either this is just a very, a random nod to go, if anybody's paying attention, there you go. It's some names you recognise. Seems an odd one to call out, though. So I wonder if this is just a little heads up to kind of old school players that maybe something else is coming down the pipe as part of the mysteries that may be running off this. And apparently the original message here, before it got decoded by Frontier fixing the mission. It was only Alex. Only Alex showed up. Now they can't be the same people. Well, it's pretty impossible they could be the same people because, of course, Alex and Elyssia were around in what is in law the year 3125. So that's a long time ago now. They should definitely be dead. And 2 two of your newest students. Now, it doesn't necessarily imply, of course, that Alex and Elyssia are older people, but it kind of, given that they're new students, you'd expect them to be young people. So it's 200 years ago that the Dark Wheel story was set. But it's intriguing, isn't it? It is intriguing. Now, is that just a little heads up from FDev to say, is somebody paying attention? Or are they maybe clones of the original thing? Now, it's interesting actually that in the original Elite, clones were illegal. Elyssia makes mention of that in the original story. So, but I think it seems to have been relaxed a little bit since then. So I don't know. I don't know if this is just like a kind of there you go. There's a little reference to the old school, and that's it, or whether or not it's a heads up to seasoned players, shall we say, to keep your eyes open for maybe other little references to historical lore, or which it can't be just a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. Someone has specifically chosen those names for a reason, and I think I suspect it's possibly just a little nod, just for fun, but I'm hopeful it actually means that maybe something else from that era of lore, i.e. the original Elite, maybe the Dark Wheel, maybe Raxlo, all those sort of things that are referenced in that novel, maybe they're going to get a little tickle of someone. And it is encouraging that at least somebody at FDev who's currently working on the game still remembers the old lore, right? So that's quite good. So there we go. I wonder, I Commander Beetlejuice, I tend to agree. I think they're signposting a slightly more major thing than just a new ship. So maybe there's a new piece of story. Maybe they are going to finally tackle the Dark Wheel and Raxler. I mean, who knows, right? Would it be good? But I'm being cautiously optimistic, because if they do follow that, then that would be absolutely fantastic. And about time too, right? It's been more than 10 years since this game came out. I think if they're ever going to do it, they need to do it, right? So maybe they are. I know that this particular trail just ends up with some skins, but it's kind of encouraging. Rax, there is the plants we scanned along the way. But maybe they'll do the Dark Wheel, because they could do that. Is it FDev trolling the OG Elite players? It could be. It could be that. Yeah, they could just be doing it. Let's make them speculate on stuff for a few weeks just because we can. It might be that cruel, but they those names haven't been chosen randomly. Okay, those names definitely haven't been chosen randomly. Commander Beetlejuice says they do know there was a story in the original game. It's their job. They do every day of the week, and loads of them work there because they're nerds who love it. Okay, so they are aware of the originality of the game and what's involved. So that's kind of cool. Right, so we've been left with a bit of binary here. So I'm gonna, because this is what you do in the 34th century, write down some binary. 1001 is such a dorky middle name. Now I assume, these are numbers, obviously. Now I'm presuming they map to some sort of ASCII. Let's see if I can just figure this out on my own. All right, so there we got all the numbers. So all I need now is an ASCII decoder or a binary decoder. Let's see if I can find one of those online. Right, let me switch to images here. So I need to convert binary to what? To hex, to decimal. Let's try decimal. There we go. Okay, I'm going to do it in sections then. All right. So I get the binary number. I get the decimal 70. Okay, so or hex number 6. Now, is it an ASCII code? Did I miss one out? I've got 7 numbers. Oh yeah, there is. There's 8. No, there's not. There's 7. No, I'm good. So is that an ASCII code? ASCII code. So let's have a look at the ASCII table. So here we go. We are looking for, well, decimal this tends to give you a number. Decimal 70 is an F. Is that right? Or hex number is 46. A is 63. That makes sense. So we basically, okay, so let's write down what we've got. We've got 70 here. And then the next one is. So this is how you solve mysteries in Elite Dangerous. The next one is 150. Apparently. And the next one is 78. Wait, did I get that? Maybe I typed that first one wrong. That doesn't feel like it's correct. Oh, no, it's correct. Okay, and then the next one is. Let me do all the numbers first. 134. Sorry, you can't see this. Well, you can see a bit of it. Then it goes to 70 again. And then the next one is 54. Yeah, I need to check my mirror. So maybe are the numbers backwards or something? Anyway, okay, so those are the numbers, and they're 130. So okay, so a quick scan of those numbers would give me ASCII values of F, but 150 is way too high, I think. That gives me a dash. 78 would give me an N. 134 would give me a weird symbol, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. So, so there we go. So that's not quite right. So obviously the clue here is in the mirror. So do I mirror the ASCII value, mirror the binary numbers, and just run them in backwards, which makes sense because there'd be much lower numbers then, wouldn't they? So that seems to be the thing to do. So let's try that. So let's do it. Oops, I don't want to do that. So I don't know if I do them forwards and backwards, but let's put the numbers in backwards. So that'd be 0, 1, 1 for the first one, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, which gives me a 98. I'm doing this in decimal. I could do it in hex, but reasons. All right, then we put in 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. Sounds like a red dwarf thing. That's 105. Then it is 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. That's 114. Then we have 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. 97. So this is definitely feeling more like ASCII to me. Then we have 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Takes us to 98. And then we have 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, which is 108. And then we finally have 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, which is 65. So if I map those against my ASCII code, I get a 98, which is a B. 105, which is an I. 114, which is an R. 97, which is an A. 98, which is a B. 108, which is an L. And then 65, which is an A with a capital A. Interesting enough. Okay, so that implies to me that it's also mirrored. the word therefore must be A-L-B-A-R-A-I-B. Al-Barib. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. So I'm guessing, therefore.
In the beginning, it was just me. Blaze.
Vanguard trailer started playing. So we got to go. Presumably. There we go. That's this project. This is going to be a long ass stream. So anyway, so I might skip ahead for some of the things, but yeah, there we go. That is the excitement of decoding binary and converting it to ASCII. Why the hell pilots in the 34th century need to be familiar with a binary and B the American Standard Code for Information Interchange, which you'd have thought would be long dead at this point in time. I don't know, but anyway. So, is there perchance a system called Al-Barab in the map? There it is! Wow, look, we followed the trail and it's miles away. Yay! Excitement. It's only 4 jumps fortunately in my ship. So, off we go, my friends, to follow the breadcrumbs. It would be the same in Unicode. Okay, so that's quite good. It is cool because they'll do more. Well, they have used Morse code in the past, of course. Maybe it's the Astral Standard Code for Information Interchange. We are on the road to nowhere, indeed. This was fun. This is fun, isn't it? I do appreciate the difficulty though, because if you need to, otherwise it's just unless there's something to decode at each point, it's just a chase from one location to the other, isn't it? That's the problem with these games. Is what can you actually put in the game to make things interesting, as it were. So it is a problem. It is a problem. So, but yeah, the moment you see something like that, then it's just a case of mucking about. It is a problem with ED. I mean, I must admit, I don't play that many other games. I don't know how other games handle those sort of things. Is it just a case of follow the breadcrumbs, or do you have to? See, I'd much prefer that they used the in-game lore and then basically required you to go to places that match clues like that, because at least that would teach you the lore a bit, rather than they seem to resort to binary, hexadecimal, and rot 13 ciphers and things like that a lot. which for some players is fun. I mean, people who like maths, right? I mean, there are people out there who like maths. One of my recent friends up here is actually a maths teacher. He actually likes maths. It's a very strange individual, obviously, but there are people out there who like maths, right? But a lot of us don't like maths. Okay, we want other types of mystery that don't require us to log onto websites and type in bits of code. It would be very tough if it was all AES256-bit encryption. How many centuries have you got? Do other games even have these sorts of mysteries? I don't know. I mean, there's always been quests and things that get injected into games. See, I rather like the way that No Man's Sky does it. That seems to me a slightly better way of doing storytelling. But yeah, and then they have buried things in spectrum analyzers, so you have to record bits of music and then look at the code that comes out of that. So, which is kind of fun, but it's far better to do it with in-game tools, because otherwise you're cutting off 99% of the gaming population. So yeah, it's a difficult one. I like the fact that there's sort of a bit of a technical challenge in it, but it's quite hard to make it work in the context of the 34th century for a start. And B, I think it's quite exclusive to particular types of player. And I know Elite has a sort of probably a kind of relatively old school demographic, but that's probably not what they're aiming for, really, is it? They want lots of young folks to come in. And how many youngsters? Yeah, how many people under the age of, I don't know. That's I mean, you guys and me. Binary is something we probably kind of grew up with in the 8-bit eras, because you kind of need to have a little bit of understanding of binary to even make your computer work, right? But how many kids nowadays come across binary in their day-to-day? Do they teach binary at school? Anything like that? I don't know. It's just one of those things. So right, I'm here. So what do I do? Do I get another message? I think I found something. No, that's the one we've already had. So okay, so we're here. At least we think we're here. What do we do now? There are 10 types of people, of course, those who understand binary and those who don't. So I'm here. So what do I have to do? Assuming I'm in the right place. First time chat from Marlborough Ford. The Pilots Federation invented the notepad and pen. Can't expect much else from them. Was it on the top of the list? Okay, there's a nav beacon there, but point of interest. Oh, that one. Oh, Z2A-4. Okay, that's a bit. How do I know that's a thing? Planetary point of interest. Okay. See, I wouldn't necessarily have spotted that unless you guys told me what I was looking for, but... That's an unusual... Why is it just a code number? I guess they learn binary on and off at school. So, yeah. And the other problem with these type of mysteries, of course, is that they're relatively complicated to work out from first perspective, right? Because A, you need out of game knowledge, and B, the problem I have with them is that by the time I've even heard of the mystery, which is usually 24 hours after it's happened, Canon or similar organisations have already solved it, published a website, and updated a video on it. It's like, okay. It's pacing those sort of things as a real challenge for these sort of games, isn't it? Okay, so this is actually nice that this is some sort of ground-based content, I'm guessing, because I can't really see, probably coming in a bit fast. Because it's actually on the surface of a planet, which is nice. Canon have usually solved it before FTO was posted it. There's some truth in that. Yeah, but most games now have a go to quest marker and now go to next quest marker. So yeah, I mean, No Man's Sky kind of does do that, doesn't it? But that is how the rest of the game works as well. So I don't feel like it's out of place. Elite is supposedly a bit more hardcore. I suppose it's got to be a bit more tricky. But so what have we got down here? See something out there, that's somebody else's ship. Let's come on, top shot is already there. Oh, there's something there. Oh, it's some sort of, is it wreckage? That looks like a type 9 wreckage? On the opposite side to come on top shot. Oh look, it's unsuitable terrain. Is it really? Okay. Right. So is this an SRV thing, or is this a on foot thing? I suppose we could do both. We get the SRV first. SLB is required. Okay. Presumably for a data link scanner or something. Okay, so something bad has happened to the expedition then. So we seem to have the wreckage of... Is it a Type? It looks like a perfectly normal landing for a Type 9, I can see. Okay, there's picking something up there already. Something in the ground I can't select. I can see. Yeah, well, let's come on the top shot. Where's this? I can see a white dot on my scanner, but it didn't show up on the HUD. Oh, is it that? Oh, there it is. Right. Oh, it's a ship data core. Okay. So how do I get to it? 30 meters away, but there. So maybe I missed it on the way in. Can also select it from contacts. Okay, so is it at the front of the ship here? How do we get to it? On the far side of the ship, maybe? Seems to be... How do you get to the core then? Seems to be inside. Can I scan it? Can I just scan it from here? Oh, there we go. It's just scanning it. Okay. Alright, presuming that's going to give us another message. We've been attacked. Oh, hello. What is Terry up to? Right, okay. There's two messages. Commander, it's just like Terry to get herself into trouble, and now she's dragging others into her mischief. She was my brightest student. Comma, and... Oh no, Oxford, comma. And also the most troublesome. While the rest preferred more rigorous and academic methods to study exobiology, Terry loved the field trips down to the black. She saw exobiology as an adventure. I do hope this isn't her last. Okay, so exobiology is the thing, right? That's been clear. Right, Z2A-4, we've been attacked. So is this the ship that they were on? I know Oxford Comma in the future. It hasn't been eradicated. They survived. Yes, we failed at our mission. Decoding message. Okay, so this is definitely from Terry Tora. We were attacked by opportunistic pirates. Doesn't that happen? Doesn't that happen? It does. Usually to me. While aiding Terry on her little quest. Oh, hang on. So this is somebody else. Oh, this is Alex. Okay. We were attacked by opportunist pirates while aiding Terry on her little quest. I fear this is our last message unless we're rescued. But she asked us to encode her last transmission in the hope that you find this, Professor Frank. It's just a bunch of letters. Okay, so that's more ASCII code for us to play with. She said it's a 2-stage encryption and to use our ship as the key, whatever that means. Good luck and don't be annoyed with us next time you see us in class, Alex. So 2-stage encryption implies to me that's a kind of key cipher. What kind of cipher is that going to be? So I would imagine that's some sort of Caesar cipher, maybe. Of course, yeah, there's a good... Somebody said it was an @bash. Okay. Been sent a link here. Right. Okay, so here we go. Thank you very much for Top Shot. Let's give this a whirl, shall we? So I'm going to switch back to the images here. Here we go. You hopefully can see that. So what have we got here? We need to type in the text. We have KJM EK RPP Q OM EZ, I think that is BK. Right, so that's the Enigma machine. I don't think we want the Enigma machine. We want these are cipher. Did it say 2-stage? Let's have a look. I mean, these make sense. So it makes sense to me that the name of the ship, because it tells us it's 2-stage, so it shouldn't just be a shift. We need a key one. What do I want? Oh, Pactel 56 used ChatGPT to solve it. Okay, well that's quite cool. It's a good idea. It's got to be a cipher. It's not going to be Rock 13. Beginner cipher, maybe. Let's try it with a key. So what's the name of the ship? The ship is the Z2A-4. Z2A-4. Oh, we can't use 2 and 4. Oh, hello. We had a raid from Mr. Warpath. Thank you very much for that. Raid? We are in the midst of doing decryption-y things. Thank you very much for joining us. And Siren is off to bed. Have a lovely vision. We will. Thank you very much. Cappy B, hello there. Thank you very much for the raid. And, well, actually, Commander Warpath, thank you very much for the raid. Z2A, A to Z. It does, yeah, that does sound very... but Vignair will not accept that as a key, so... what kind of cipher will it therefore be? A1Z26A? No, that's not. Enigma machine Caesar cipher? No, have you thought about that one? A bacon cipher? I didn't even know there was a such thing as a bacon cipher. So try a Caesar cipher. Yeah, we've tried that, but it needs to be 2-stage. It needs to be 2-stage because they've said here it's a 2-stage encryption, and to use our ship name as the key. So we should be able to. I'm just trying to think of what other ciphers there are. We'll try it with alphabet substitutions. Can I do that in here? Caesar with... It isn't... Oh, Caesar... Oh, Bacon's... Bacon cipher. Oh, I see. But I don't know what those are. Yeah, no, I don't think it's a red herring. I think that would be a bit mean. I think got to be one of these, but it needs. I thought it was going to be a Vignair cipher, but that doesn't allow me to use numbers. Maybe if you substitute something. So, but substitute what? Okay, go back to a Caesar. Sorry, go back to a. What are we talking? A Caesar cipher or? Oh, I see. Right, Z to A is alphabetical substitution. as a Caesar cipher. Hang on, let me read this again. Okay, so we've got to do... Oh, I see, right. So hang on a minute. We need to do alphabetical substitution. Yeah. There's the plain text out. Cipher, that puts it backwards. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so that takes us to that, but that doesn't help us. Therefore, what do we use that for? Maybe the 4 means something. Yeah, that makes sense. So Z to A and then 4. So we take this, put that into there, and then go to Caesar cipher and move it forward. Ah, there we go. Oh, I've typed something wrong. But anyway, I think that's close enough. Turret, moon. I must have typed something wrong because it's prospect. I'm guessing I've typed that. That must be an RS. Going the wrong way. T. U. Should be in, whatever that is supposed to be. Hang on, let's go back again. Anyway, we figured it out because it's turret moon prospect. So is there a Turo in the game? Let's have a look. There is. Okay. It's not that far away, which sort of feels like therefore we're in the right place. Presumably there'll be a moon there or something. Right, in that case, wonder if Frontier uses the same website. In that case, we're doing more maths. Okay, Z to A with 4. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's no moon. Well, apparently it is. You want to see the game, right? We'll take a shortcut to the end of the mission if we need to, but. Oh, let's not drive. I managed to get my SRV stuck. I managed. Hang on a minute. I'm not showing the game. I managed to get my SRV stuck on the landing strut of my ship. And something is... I can't move. What? I can't... Why are not some of my wheels on the ground? Yeah, I've dismissed the ship now. Really?
Ship dismissed.
My incompetence strikes again. Okay, well there we are. We figured out some binary, we figured out some ASCII, and now we figured out a very, very basic alphabetical substitution cipher. I was expecting a Vigneer cipher there. Anyway, never mind. Right, so presumably now I need to call my ship back again. Come back! Make your mind up, says the ship. I could just drive to Turo. Right, how do I know where my ship's going to land? Is that my ship? It's a ship coming down. It looks like it's landing. It's a good thing. Right, let's see if I can get this right this time. It's not going quite so fast. Yay, there we go. Right, so anyway, yes, so thanks for the raid. Thanks for the Sage Council on the encryption techniques. As to why people in the Elite universe are still using such techniques remains to be explained. But there we go. Hawkward just got here and logged into ED. Why is he in Albert? We are following the in-game mystery at the moment, just to sort of give give a player experience of the wonder that is the paper chase of Elite Dangerous. At least it work. At least it's working. At least it's working. The missions that lent us to Albrib were, I'm just trying to remember now. We got a message saying go to coal sector and scan around until you find a planet within 10 light years, which we did. Inside that was the listening station, and that gave us a message in binary, which when we converted it, gave us the Albrib system. That's how it worked. So hopefully that answers your question, Hawkwood. The Dark Wheel still uses lemon juice on blank papers with important secrets. Well, I suppose they couldn't be intercepted, but that sort of doesn't make sense, doesn't it? Fortunately, we now have Super Cruise Assist to get us out of the boring parts of the game as fast as possible, which is good. It appears cryptology has regressed 1,000 years. They should be using something like AES N75 or something like that by now, shouldn't they? I would have thought that quantum computers would be a thing by this point in history, and that anything like that would be instantly pointless. But there are a lot of things about the Elite Dangerous universe that don't really make a lot of sense. But we won't dwell on that now. So there's the Taro system, and we're looking for a moon prospect. So is that a settlement called Prospect on one of the moons, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting actually. Well, technically, Frank, sentient AI was banned in the Elite Dangerous universe, which is ironic actually, because of course 10 years ago, none of us had heard really about AI tools, have we? You know, it's only been a thing in the last few years. Now, of course, that's beginning to look remarkably prescient. Maybe we should ban sentient AI. I don't think we've quite got to sentient AI yet in the real world, but some of the very hypey videos that you see on Facebook and you know, around the interwebs and stuff suggest that maybe we're not all that far away from sentient AI, and that the end of the world is coming. Right. Well, there aren't many moons actually. There's this one. Actually, no. There's two moons. There's Turret 2A and Turret 1A. Let's have a look at Turret 1A. Is there a base called Vendor Manufacturing Harvey Relay? There is Moon Prospect. Bum bum bum. The plot thickens. So presumably we need to go there. See, I quite like these little mini adventures. I think they're quite good. Hogwarts says, sorry, I didn't realise Albarib was part of their mystery, which I already did yesterday. So yeah, well, we heard earlier in the chat that something was happening in game earlier on, kind of now as we're doing this. Yeah, there's other stuff happening, but I think you have to have completed the whole of this first. But I don't know what. I haven't been told any details about it, so I'm operating entirely in the dark, as per usual. So yeah. So are there any other tidbits from people who are keeping an eye on other streams and other channels and stuff as to what's actually going on? Wintermute did say nothing was actually happening. What? Okay, so nothing's happening now. No. So we are not. We're not following a new thread at the moment. We're following the existing one, because this is the first time I've been able to stream since the message came out. So no, we're still following the original mystery, as it were. I suppose, yeah, Eridan Dundragon, you're quite right. Operating in the dark does at least make thematic sense for a space game. Top Shot says, yes, breaking news. Nothing is happening right now. It's not happening right now. Derek Specky, hey Drew, good evening from me and hope you're well. We are very well. Thank you very much for the cheery thing from our fellow ZX Spectrum player. Good to see you. If we have anything, it will be of tomorrow's ticket. That does make sense, doesn't it? Alright, so Moon Prospect is a base on this moon. So presumably we're going to get a message when we arrive here.
Orbital flight engaged.
So it's got to be something to do with exobiology overall, hasn't it? All these worlds are yours, except this one. Come on, check my contacts. I haven't got a new message at the moment. Have I got a new contact? Ooh. I don't fly over the base. Oh, I'm not allowed to land there. Okay, I assumed it was a landing base. Okay, so do I have to just get close to it, or what do I have to do? I am allowed to land. Okay, let's do that then. Why is it always in the dark? I can land there. Okay. Okay, so I can see Moon Prospect. I can see the other commanders. I can see a high energy FSD wing. That's not there. Those guys are hanging, are parked over there for some strange reason. That's not a clue, is it? So this is quite obscure. I don't think I would have spotted this. So is there something? Oh, there's a very small thing on the ground. How on earth are you supposed to spot that? Is it? So it's not. There's nothing showing up on my contacts list. Oh, it's a point of. It's a POI, is it? Ah, communication beacon. Gotcha. Right, so
Landing gear deployed.
right, so do I scan it? Or does it automatically just give me a new message? No. So is it another SRV thingy? Gotta get out. Okay. we're some distance off from the settlement. There we go. Serious AM 07 Drew. Someone said this ballad is your creation. Well, it's the sort of kind of thing. I think probably because it references Alex and Elyssia, that would have been kind of it's like it's the dog wheel. So yeah, I can kind of see getting closer to the truth. There we go. Decoding message. Oh look, there's another piece of decryption to do. An October Consortium science expedition using 2 megaships passed through here recently. It seems like one of the megaships can get me to where I need to go because someone in October I know can sneak me aboard. I'm heading out again. Hopefully see you at 24/9/18. It's just another code. True, I forgot. Several people at Canon Lab were very suspicious you hadn't been streaming and this was all you. Yeah. It's very touching. An October Consortium. Now I do remember October Consortium from the lore. Relatively recent-ish lore. What did they do? Weren't they something to do with the Artemis spacesuit, which would tie in with exobiology? Yeah, I have heard of them before. I think did they make the Artemis spacesuit or had something to do with it? They did. Okay. Oh, there we go. October. Fozzie says October Consortium led by Lexi October bought out Suprotech. Okay, the makers of Artemis. That's right. They what didn't Suprotech run into financial difficulties, and then they bought them. That's it. That makes sense. Okay, so there's another exobiology thing. It's clearly there's some. Basically, what this is, I think, my friend, is that there's some new exobiology features coming to Elite Dangerous relatively soon. I think that's what we could take away from this. So okay, so what are we supposed to do with that code? It's very exciting, isn't it? So are we still using maybe that does look like the sort of thing that we would probably want to put into another one of our ciphery things. So let's go back to that. So here we go. Right, input those numbers. Not an Enigma machine. Could it be? No, it's not going to be Rock 13. It won't be. This is numbers. So hang on. It's probably this one actually. Separator is a space. Is that not doing anything? Yeah, well, the space is. So why isn't that working? This is a test of how clever I am. Well, 24 would be X. Why isn't it doing that for me? Come on, 24 is X. I'm going to do this manually. Really? Okay, here we go. X. Oh, hang on, don't decode that. No, that's right. I wanted decode mode. Maybe that's what it was. There we go. How the hell do you pronounce that? Zirianayar. Is that a system in Elite? That doesn't sound right. Maybe it is. Let's go find out. Ziri what? Zirianayar. Definitely never heard of it. I hope I've got this right. Yanoar. Oh, there is a... Oh, there we go. Oh, presumably we've got to go there. Yay! Okay, does it tell us anything about what we're going to see? Keep up and hopefully see you. Okay, so we just got to go there. Alright, fair enough. Oh, we're back again on it. Sorry, did I press the wrong button? There we go. Is that my ship? Okay, so we've got to go to the Zirianayar system. I don't know how far through this expansive amazingness we are at the moment. I might have to divert and just go to the end of the message. But you're getting the idea, right? Only a couple. Okay, so we're getting there. Okay, so that's good. So okay, well, if in that case, if I don't quite make it by 10, I'll extend the stream so we can get to the end. That would be quite cool to actually. It's shit, wouldn't it? So no, I can disabuse people of the notion that I was involved in this. No, I mean I don't have anything to do with Frontier anymore directly. They haven't called on my Sage Council for a long time now. But I think I'm quite interested in the fact that they've name checked Alex and Elyssia. I think that's interesting, because if you didn't know the old games and you didn't know the lore, you wouldn't have spotted that. But it's very specific that it's Alex and Elyssia. That cannot be a coincidence. It has to be something to do with either it's a little nod for the old players just to see if they're paying attention. But I'm hopeful it's a little bit more than that, and they're just being a little bit cheeky. Here's just a heads up, guys. Something is coming, and maybe, just maybe, it will include the Dark Wheel and obviously Raxler as well, because that's what it's all wrapped up in. Those two names are entirely entwined with the Dark Wheel and Raxler, so quite exciting potentially. But don't get your hopes up, okay? We've been here before. And exobiology, the big focus on that. Yeah, so I think that's quite good. So let's crack on with the expedition here. Raxler robust indeed. Positives, I hope Raxler is never found, so people get upset. Well, I mean, we've talked about this many times on the stream, haven't we? What could Raxler possibly be in the context of Elite Dangerous that would actually make it all worthwhile? That's quite a difficult question to answer, isn't it? I think it needs to be, some sort of, I don't know, it's very difficult. It needs to be something significant. It can't just be a paint job and a decal, right? I went to Raxler and all I got was this lousy sticker. It needs to, it can't be a classic in-game reward like so many of these things are. It needs to be lore based, and it probably needs to be game changing. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Gunnar. It needs to be a gateway would be rather good to, maybe a gateway to one of the Magellanic Clouds or something like that. Just that would feel to me worthy of Raxler, because that kind of ties up the original lore in terms of it's a gateway to riches untold, right? Some sort of static wormhole or something along those lines. It needs to be something game changingly big. It can't just be a decal and a paint job. Nor can it just be a piece of flavor text. It can't be that either. So I went to Raxler and all I got was a copy of Elite for the Archimedes. So that's definitely not a prize worth having. Right, we're in the Ziriander system. So what did the message say again? Getting close to the truth. Hopefully see you here. Are we looking for a megaship in this locale? What are we looking for? I'm looking for something that... Oh, there's a nav beacon. We might have to go there first. There's a cooperative oversight network. Yeah, similar to the galactic jump drive. So what am I looking for here? There's a listening post. Is that where I need to go? That's a long way out, actually. So of course we've got a super cruise now. We're good. That is a long old way, isn't it? And it opens Epic and Steam launches to whole other game universes. The wing targets aren't giving it away. Well, listening post made sense looking at that list. Yeah, I think Andy Peterson. See, that's what I would make Raxler. It has to be some sort of intergalactic gateway, which would sort of fit in with the original lore a little bit as well. And maybe you could do something slightly wacky out there. Maybe you'd find refugees of all the strange creatures that were in the original Elite canon. Maybe I mean, that would be quite cool, wouldn't it? Or maybe we find out, that because we understand that Dark Wheel was being exploited by somebody. So maybe there's another political entity out there which is kind of we don't know anything about. All sorts of things you could do with that. I think that would be the way I would solve Raxler. If you gave me the job, it has to be a game-changing portal to something new. So yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of an interesting one. Yeah, find some blue furry felines. That would definitely on my list of things. Who doesn't like a blue furry feline? And what happened to the edible poets? Exactly. An Alavian tree grub, perhaps. All those little things. First time chat from Tasty Crown 77. Did someone find something new again? No, we are retracing steps that have already been done, my friend. So we're not finding anything new at the moment. We're just sort of catching up with events in the game, and repeating the steps that Canon, of course, and many others have already completed. But we're I suppose we're sort of just testing that the actual paper trail works. When you get here, just ignore the shooting. I usually do. I usually run away. Discover that my ship is virtually useless for combat, being focused on exploration. I mean, it's quite comforting the fact that we've got some guns, but they are in fact almost totally useless. Yeah, we'd need some new game mechanics to go with it. And depending on what it is, that would define what those game mechanics were, of course. Okay, so presumably we're going to get another message now. That's a nice shiny green anaconda there. Oh, my ship has no brakes. Okay, yeah, there is some shooting going on. Interesting. Right, so there's the listening post. Right, have we got a message? No. Do I need to scan something? Okay, yep.
Scan detected.
My data link scanner not working. Why is it? Come on. Naomi says maybe the new discovery is the Trumbull. Yeah, the Trumbull Homeworld. Oh, I did scan it. Oh, there we go. That's weird. Oh, okay, we got two new messages. Professor Frank has lent us a message. Okay, saying, "Hurry, please, Commander, please hurry. I fear for Terry's safety. She seems to be on the verge of uncovering something that could radically shake up the exobiology field." We're getting the hint. And it seems she's attracting too much interest in her little quest. Okay, well, we're not your people for this because we haven't got any guns. Decoding the message. Okay, I'm dropping this beacon. Got a lot of resources, these people. I'm sure comms are being tracked now. Yes, because you're leaving a trail in virtually in plain text, my dear. I think someone from the last outpost has alerted ahead of me. Damn, I thought I was being careful, not using a substitution cipher. You won't. I can't get caught, not when I'm this close. Encoding my location again. Maybe use the codex for this one. Left hand side of the knowledge base. 6th entry, 5th paragraph. Right, okay. That's not very secure either, is it? Right, where's the left hand? Hang on, I've got to remember this. It's just not good for my short-term memory. Knowledge base, 6th entry, 5th paragraph. 6th entry, 5th paragraph. 6th entry, 5th paragraph. Codex. Knowledge base. 6th entry. Is that down this side? Generation ships. I thought it was going to be the Dark Wheel there for a moment. 6th paragraph. 5th entry. Why can't I scroll? Oh, there we go. Okay, well, generation ship. A 5th paragraph. The first exception was the Galconda discovered in the Upacanis system with a function. So we got to go to the Upacanis system. Okay, the Upacanis system.
Scan detected.
Upacanis, is that the one? Upaniclus. Yeah, whatever. How we pronounce that. Right, another 2 jumps. Off we go. More hyperspacing.
Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charged.
We go again. The codex. The codex. Deb has used the codex. I was going to say SOF, SAW Golf. Where did she have the space for all these listening? Because they are massive things, aren't they? I mean, they've got to be like several hundred meters long. Yeah, it's fortunate that I've got an excellent exploration ship. Most of this would be taking an awfully long time. I can jump like 70 light years in one hit, so it's quite. It's from renterbeacon.com. Do not click on that link, people. do not click on the link. True Waygate Incorporated cannot be held responsible by people clicking on links. In Twitch chat sessions, okay? Don't be tempted. For all I know, beacons have alternative meanings on the internet. It would not surprise me in the least. Ah, dear. Right. Now we've got to find the Uber. Is the Golconda still here, I wonder? I presume it is. It's not a registered domain, says D. Pittman, having clicked on it. Or did you do a proper check to make sure? Right, here we are. Okay, so is the do I need to go to the Golconda if it's there? Or is it going to be another comms beacon? look around. Oh look, there's another comms beacon. Oh look, and Command Top Shot's already heading in that direction, so that might be a clue, folks. Oh, that's right, the gold condor went off, didn't it? That's right, it did. Yes, I do remember that now. 3beaconsareus.com. That's right, the gold condor wandered off, didn't it? That's right. Yeah, that was quite a good mystery. Okay, so there's a nice little ring planet. So it's just a bunch of... They do have a lot of communications beacons. You're quite... What were they flying? To carry all these comms beacons around with themselves. You'd have thought they'd used a much smaller, like those little probe things that we used to see. There is a planet in the way. Is it in the rings? Yeah, it looks like it's in the rings. Interesting place for a comms beacon. I'm old enough to remember when beacon mania was a thing. Do you mean beetle mania? Yeah. Is it actually in the rings, or is it? I'm getting very close to those rings. Flying into the darkness, this is a bad idea. No, it's worked. Oh look, there's another listening post. Yeah, there's a lot of these things, aren't there? Actually, it's just above the rings. It's not much above the rings, but it's... There we are, scanning it. We have a new message. There's a secret they don't want us to know. Well, okay, I'm aboard. My contact came through. My sources were right. Something's definitely being kept secret. But nobody knows why. I managed to scan their jump manifest, but it's incomplete, sorry. Best thing you can do is find this ship and scan the manifest properly for all locations. I can't transmit again for fear of being discovered. The location order is listed, so my guess is that you'll only need to be able to locate the ship in the target system in short intervals. According to the manifest, it should restart a new run on the 31st of August at 1800 UGT, Universal Galactic Time. I'm encrypting the manifest. Well, thank you very much for that. If in doubt, your student Vigineer has the key. Okay, right, so now comes the Vigineer cipher. I knew it'd be in there somewhere. Right, here we go. Right. More of this. You love it really, don't you? So this is space fun. What this is. YC XZT N0G B no BGT HB SXH Qui E. No, I'm trying to pronounce it. It's not a word. X P O L D B F D V J F U. See, my day job is dealing with information security. I don't see why I should do it when I'm playing games. Okay, how are we doing? XD UOB NZCT Y L G Y. Right. So we need the Vigineer cipher, and we need a key. If in doubt, okay. Okay, that didn't quite work then. Standard beginning cipher. Okay. Maybe, do I need the hashes? No, can't use the hashes. Okay, so what am I missing then? T number. Okay, hang on. I mean, the Voda Camina 3. So why isn't it doing the rest then? Okay, okay. So is that actually a real place, Voda Camina 3? But yeah, the first line makes sense. Okay. Right. So let me hang on. I'm going to get a notepad of stuff again. Okay, so the first line is somewhere called Vodo Camina 3. So is that a location? What? So you're saying do one line at a time? That's a bit weird. Okay, there we go. New Campbell 1. The fact that I've got to copy and paste things in and out of Notepad here. Arfic 4. Okay. Yep. See, I told you there'd be a Vigenere cipher in here. I just couldn't resist. There's like Graphias 2. Okay. And the final one is... Oh, we've been there. Upenkist 5. Okay, so that's the manifest of where it's going to be. So, where is it now, I suppose, is the question. If memory serves, yeah. Oh, 3 is not part of the system name. Oh, I see. So that's the order in which it's jumping. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I use the same combination on my luggage. Okay, so what do I do with that then? Do I need to... Okay. So that's basically... a ship appears in one of those areas. So how do I know where it's going to be? So it starts a new run on the 31st of August, but that's days ago now. Doesn't say where it's going to... You need to have known where it's been. Okay, so I've known where it's been. It's been to all those systems. So where do I go next then? I need to find the ship. Or how do I? Oh, so it doesn't jump in a pattern. So could it? So does that mean it's the end of the mission then? Because I can't find the ship? So it might be in one of those. Okay, so it's quite a lot of places to go and scan, isn't it? I am in the Upcannon system. That's a good point. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for a ship. Let's go on system. Oh, I've got to visit all 5 systems. So we're here. Is there a megaship here? There's the first question. We're in the Upcannon system. There are loads of there's a megaship there. Keller's Resolve. Those are all fleet carriers. Okay, so Top Shots confirm 1 is in HR. There's no point. Okay, so we just need to find HR 6524 is not on the list though. Megaship would show my contacts panel. Oh, I see. I was meant to catch the time. Okay, so I've missed because we're playing it late. Yeah, but it's time sensitive. Okay, so we're going randomly. We're going off to HR 6524. Okay, which is a fair old way away. Well, it's only 4 jumps to this ship, but not a long way off.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay. So is that where one of the ships is? Oh, hang on. What's it saying? Stop. Abort. Hyperspace drive. What have I got to do? Okay, so it's not time sensitive. The Cygnus, which presumably is the ship in question, does not jump to a timetable we can work out. Okay, so check to see if a ship called the Cygnus is in the system. Okay, I don't think there was anything here. Okay, not. My controls have stopped working. Why is that? Oh, I could gone to. Why is that? Why am I looking left? Feels like my. Have I got some kind of headlock mode? Oh, there we go. I was in some sort of headlock mode there. Headlock. Okay, so is there a ship here? Doesn't seem like it. No, there's nothing there. Okay, so we'll continue with the hyperspace. So given it's now 10 past 10, and my I haven't had so much sleep the last couple of nights as I'd like. How much? What do I do next? Can I get to the end of this? Because I feel like I've done it justice. Okay, so HR 6524 is the kind of end of the tale. So it's led this little merry little chase across space, hasn't it? I mean that's all good. Yeah, let's do that. Because streamer. Look at this old man. If it's left, it's going there anyway. Okay, so we're at the wrong time in the game to do it. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so there's another ship in HR 64. You get that system in the full manifest. Okay, so you get a complete list. That makes sense. No worries. Fortunately, we've got a nice exploration ship that can do this quite quickly. That's a big start. Okay, so you're supposed to find the Cygnus, then it gives you the full manifest, which leads to the finale. Okay. Okay, so there is a megaship in HR, and then go to coal. The finale hasn't happened yet. Okay, so we're waiting a bit more of the story. Okay, fair enough. So they're dropping it into the game bit by bit, which again, is cool. HR, hang on, HR 6524 rings a bell. What else has happened there? Okay, finale is in a permit. Oh, interesting. So we're going to get a permit block unlocked. Interesting. Okay, and the jump sequence for the synchronous does not appear to be real. Okay, interesting. Here we go then. Some of the scripting is a bit wobbly. Now that does not surprise me. Right, so looking for a... Oh, it's all unexplored entirely. So I've got to go visit not the sat nav, the beacon. Where be the beacon? Or can I just look at the system map? I guess not. I am looking for a megaship. Or fly to fly to Top Shot's location. That's definitely the way to do it. Possibly slightly too fast. Yep. Oh, good. Never mind. See more sharper as I get in scanner range. Okay, so I was thinking it might still be doable in the normal ONS. I think the others are more up to date. Yeah, no, appreciate your efforts there, Fawzi. Yeah, that's the problem with... See, that's not such good gameplay design, isn't it? You should be able to access the trail. Because, I mean, some people like me have been hearing about this slightly later in the day and they want to join in. And if you make the trail break, that if you're not playing it exactly at the right time, it doesn't work. That's a bit... It's not great gameplay. Because you should be able to join in if you're slightly late to the party. Somebody likes me. Well, I think my dog likes me. Right. Okay, so we're here. All sorts of stuff. What's all that? Oh, there's a great big megaship, which is called... What's the name of the ship? Oh, the Orion. Okay. I actually selected it. There's all sorts of stuff here. So do I have to scan something or do we get a new message automatically? There's a ship log, okay. Oh yeah. Where is it? Where's the ship? Oh, I can't see it. There it is. On the other side of the ship. Clunk. I'm just got myself stuck. Uh-oh. This doesn't bode well. What have I done? Let my ship go! No, my ship's stuck. I'm wedged. Oh. Oh, there we go. Well done. That was a top tip. Oh, what happened there? Anyway, switch night vision on so I can actually see. Oh, where's this log? There. It's the wing span, yeah. The Cygnus is late again. I don't know why the captain of the Cygnus is so sloppy. It's just the usual sweep of potential sites. We'll wait here a little longer. Expect we'll rendezvous at, oh, there we go. Col 359, sector A, something, something, something. Okay. Right. Before heading into the target system again for final analysis, we've got to go there. All the jumping about, isn't it? So, can I remember this? Col 359 sector AEN B 9. What's the last letter? Is it 4 or 5? Is it 4 or 5? I can't remember. People 9. Right. If it's a 4. I did quite well. Alright, let's go hyperspacing again, my friends.
Cannot comply.
Is the captain supposed to have their secret agenda? Oh, it's bound to be a secret agenda. Did you put it in the chat? I missed that.
Cannot comply.
Yes, come on, give us a range. There we go. Oh. Well, this has been quite a long stream, this one. 2.5 hours. Go me. So do I get some money, or what are actually the rewards at the end?
Cannot comply.
Stupid thing.
Frameshift drive charging.
Come on. Money, fame, even the paint job. We're not doing it for money. We're doing it for a shitload of money. 40 million and 3 paint jobs, which are green. Oh, I like green. Is it a nice, tasteful sort of British racing green, or is it a lurid kind of six-splat sort of green? And the paint jobs. I was supposed to change from money because I blew it all on money, blew it all on wine, women, and paint jobs. Right, well, it was just next door. Okay, so where do we go in here? Is it, dare I say, is it another... Ooh, hello. What's that? Siege Perilous. What's that? A fleet carrier. No, that's not it. Why has that got a nice glowy colour though? Right, so where do I... is it a common speaking? Is it really? Surely. Oh, that was a squadron carrier. Okay, that's what that colour code means. Okay, so off we go to finish to finish today's mission. Well, I thought that was. I mean, it was okay. It was okay. I mean, a bit too much encryption, I think, for the average player. But it was doable. But I imagine most people will just resort to a bit of canon explanation to do it. But we gave that a go on our own. I mean, that's quite good. This stream doesn't as long as it doesn't. You're right. Yeah. that was excruciatingly bad, wasn't it? So dear old Acorn Archimedes Elite. You thought Elite Dangerous was hard. That's just rookie numbers, my friends. See, we haven't died. We have been shot at, but we haven't been killed. No rage quit tonight, yeah. So yeah. Right, so here we go. And now we know why the Archimedes... Well, it wasn't just Elite, was it? The kill of the Archimedes. I think it was really the cost of the thing. That was the main problem. I mean, it was way more expensive even than the Amiga, which means it was horrendously expensive. But there we go. What did she find? Ooh. Now, here we go. So this appears to be the final message from Terry. There are no more encrypted messages here. That concerns me. If I'm reading the data from this, there's a permit-locked system neighbouring this one, but its contents aren't registered on my cartographic maps, as far as I can tell. What could be in there? Well, that's a good question. What was she hunting for that is being kept so secret, and who wants to keep it a secret? Comma. Oxford. Any secret big enough to hide from explorers and exobiologists must mean something remarkable. So it does hint that there's a bit of an exobiology thing coming, doesn't it? I'm going to continue to dig into this. You'll from me again. You'll from me again once I find out useful. You'll from me again once I find out useful. Okay, so either somebody didn't check their text, or there's some spooky missing words here. So what would the words be? You'll hear from me again once I find out something useful. Hear something. Hear something. Ooh. Okay, is it a clue, or is it just? Is it FDev incompetence? It's very difficult to tell around here. Something feels wrong about all of this, but now I know I can count on your help. I've issued a reward to your account. Oh, thanks very much, Frank. You'll from me again once I find out useful. Interesting. Okay. Right. So this is the final. I can get my mouse to work. Props. Right, so this is presumably from Terry. I've asked my contact to drop this beacon because we've got a lot of beacons. I'm going to try to get off the ship undetected while they're conducting more scans. They've had this place permit locked for years, and I've no idea who they are. But it's clear the October Consortium, those guys again with the Exobiology suit, has something to do with it. Otherwise, how else could they get by the permit lock? Ooh, that's interesting, because permit locks are supposed to be managed by the Pilots Federation, at least officially. There was a bunch of law, which I'm not allowed to tell you about permit locks, actually, because it's under NDA. So I wonder if that's going to be revealed. That could be quite interesting. Tantalizing permit lock stuff. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to say without being discovered, but from my initial scans, I think I've stumbled onto something that will blow your mind. Okay, well, a bit of hype during the stream. Okay, well, there we go. It's going to be a gun, or something we can turn into a gun, or something we can turn into a bomb. And so there's their permit locked system. Oh yeah, there we go. So HIP 87621. You currently do not possess the permit required to access this location. So, new content. Who knows? Yeah, is that coming with the tick tomorrow, perhaps? We'll have to wait and see. Who knows? Dun, dun, dun. So, yes, that's going to be quite interesting. First time chat from Smortis. Maybe insectoids. Maybe more variations on Thargoids. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's going to be blue furry felines and edible poets. Yeah. Could be. Right. Well, there we go, my friends. We have completed the quest. That was good. Thank you very much for your assistance on that. And to Frontier for putting it in the game. If you try and jump, it says system has been blocked off. Does it? Yeah. System has been blocked off. Yeah, that's a new message. Green slimy frogs. It's a trap. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we all remember the. What was the ship? We remember the. We don't remember it because I can't remember the name. What was the ship that we were all on board? It jumped into the Argoid infested peril. The Gnosis, that was it. The Gnosis. Yeah, those are the days, weren't they? Right. Right. In that case, my friends, it is. I haven't got time to go to the pub in the game, and we can't buy a beer anyway. You need to find me a streamer. I'll send you across to anybody who's still streaming. Find me a Twitch streamer on who's streaming Elite, of course, and we'll pass you over to that. Yeah, so I really appreciate all your efforts on that. That was really good fun. So yeah, it was good. Yeah, it's nice to have that sort of content in the game. I think that's much more fun than just tooling around doing engineering. That's for sure. So yeah. Chanel262 says that was cool. First time seeing it. Yeah, it's sometimes nice just to play those things through. It's quite good. Tomorrow we'll see the T11 deep dive on YouTube. Okay. So that's quite much better than Monday. Right, so yeah, so fine. Actually, it's a good question. Okay, so there we go. Subby Berlin is his name that Wintermute's come up with. Let me just pop across there, have a look. Sounds good. So they have 14 viewers. So I'm gonna drop across to them. Right, I'm gonna raid you, my friends. I can spell raid. Subby Berlin. There we go. Right, sending you across. Take care, my friends. Be good. Right on, Commanders, and see you for some new space games on Monday. Going to be fun. Speak to you soon. Take it easy. Be good. Right on, Commanders. 07.